Finding your why. Where do you start and how do you find it? Let's talk about it. But before we do, if you could hit that subscribe button and that like button down below, that would do a world of good. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you could help me, that would be greatly appreciated because we are a far way off. But anywho, finding your why. Over the years, I have really had to figure that out for myself, and I think unpacking that took many different forms. I think for a long time, I thought about finding my why as financially. That it's got to serve some financial purpose, and it's got to serve some goal in that domain. I've got to connect the two, and I think whilst there are definitely opportunities that you can have those, you can make money and find your purpose or find your why behind the what. I don't think that they always have to correlate. For me, I've got a daughter now. She's just off the screen over there. And that's changed a lot of things. So I think finding my why right now is taking care of her and giving her the life that she wants and trying to love on her the best that I can and do the best that I can with the time that I have. Within my job, I think that's changed. I think for me, at the beginning, it was like, how can I get further and how can I learn more and how can I do better things than what I've done in the past? For those that don't know, I'm in the filmmaking world. And so that's taken many different forms over the years. And it's hard sometimes because, at the end of the day, we serve a client or I serve a boss or something like that within that sphere. And that can be difficult when you don't agree all the time with the way things are being done and you don't really have any power to change that. So, finding your why, I think that's a large part of why I'm doing this, is I've realized that over the years when I look back at something that when I was a kid and all throughout my young adult life and now into my 30s, I've always just wanted to help people. And I think I always saw that as that had to be financially connected somehow. So I had to help people, but it also had to be like my job. And I don't think that works all the time. I think to find my why, I had to look at what was the thread throughout my past when I look back that was always present. And for me, it's been helping people. For me, it's been the love of seeing someone do better than when we first interacted. And so I've had to try and figure out what that looks like. And I think that's part of why I'm doing this is because I want to see you guys excel further than where I started and not make the same mistakes that I made when I was learning this. And I'm still learning. But I think just tracing back, something that when you look back has always been present. Sometimes it's people love finance and they love debating and doing those sorts of things. So then you look at, okay, like a lawyer or a financial consultant or, something like that. That's something that really drives them and motivates them. For me, it's been helping people. And that's where I think, again, like I said before, when I look back, what was the single string that kind of just went through all the phases that I had, and when I look back at it, it's the love of wanting to see people do better, the love of helping people do that, and I haven't always known how to do that. Sometimes I felt like I was inadequate to do that, and that's a whole nother, bag of fish to unpack with that. But I think that starting somewhere and finding that thing that you look back at and you can see, and don't put too much pressure on like finding it tomorrow or finding it the first time you sit down to think about it. Like, take your time. Sometimes it's difficult because it's noisy. There's so much there's so many people out there saying like do this, or like find your why is this thing, and look at these things, and whilst I think a lot of those can help, I think a large portion of it sometimes is like it's different for everyone, and it looks different. Your why will be different than my why, and that's okay. So take the time, give yourself a break, and do some self-discovery. Go sit at a cafe, go try things out that you think that you'd like, whether it's volunteering somewhere, whether it's like creating stories or films or advertisements, or whether it's like whatever it is. Like, just go find a way to get your foot in the door and just try it. And if it sticks, and if you like it and you're like, this exhilarates me, this is something that I can get passionate about, bingo bango, that's what it is. And I think that will change over time as well. Like, it will vary on how that looks in season to season, and the ways that you want to do that. Maybe it's like, it was finance, but now it's a certain part of finance, and things like that. So like, don't be scared to continue to unpack and continue to discover what that looks like for you. Yeah, that's all I had to say. Don't beat yourself up trying to find it. Don't be scared trying to unpack it. It takes time. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's not. But give yourself some time to do that. Look back throughout your life and see, like, is there a string? Is there something that throughout my life has continued to be something that I love? Irrespective of what season I was in or where I was in life, is there a thread that connects through all of those things? And see if that's the motivator. See if that's your why. See if that's what is the go. But that's all I had. And let me know what works for you. I'd love to hear your why. I'd love to hear how you discovered that. I think it would help a lot of people out, knowing that it takes time. My little girl is starting to get restless. So like this video, subscribe, and I'm coming, baby. I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Okay, come here. Hey.